Frankie is due any moment now. We have been seeing so many signs of contractions and just her nesting and getting ready to have these babies. But first of all, we went to the vet earlier this week for our puppy count x-ray, and we heard some concerning news. So when we were at the vet doing our puppy count, Dr. Horn showed us something on the x-ray that I had never seen before. She actually showed us a really, let me just actually show you the x-ray. There is a really, really small puppy at the bottom, and Dr. Horn is pretty concerned about it because it is maybe 1/4 of the size of all these other skulls. You can see everything else looks normal, all these skulls with the spines, and that's how we actually count the puppies. But the first thing that's going through my mind, and I'm sure hers too, is this puppy viable? My number one concern is Frankie, of course. But my second concern is this puppy. Like, we have never had an experience where we knew anticipation, like we knew beforehand that something bad could happen, or that the puppy might not be living. We've had stillborns and those are just awful, but when you have this, like when you know something could be wrong, your anticipation just goes through the roof. Your anxiety just starts to really kick in. So with all of that anxiety, we have been having a lot of peace come from our ongoing conversations with our vet. And Frankie is getting so close. These contractions are getting much more intense. We are ready for puppies to come. We are ready with our heating pad to help them regulate their temperature if they need it. We have our colostrum, which is like Nutrimate. We have our nasal aspirator to help with any kind of breathing difficulties that they're having. We're just going to treat this like every other delivery with really high anticipation for what that one puppy could be like. If for some reason we did not have 5 puppies come out, we need to go do a postpartum x-ray and make sure that everything got out for Frankie. Because if that didn't happen and something was left inside, then she could have an infection. So it is just something that's really important to do. When we're watching Frankie, we've been seeing it for the past couple of days. She has been doing a lot of signs of that first stage of labor and delivery. So she has been panting some, she has been digging some, and so what that digging means is that they're trying to make their den. They're trying to make a good place for them to have puppies. And then another thing that we've noticed is that she will just disappear. Like, we'll be sitting at the dining room table and we'll say, "Where did Frankie go?" And she's actually like around the corner. They start to seclude themselves a little bit because they're just getting ready. You know, they're getting ready to have those babies, and normally they would be by themselves in a little hole that they have dug. So, I think we might have some pushing.
Our first puppy's here.
So as soon as she cuts that umbilical cord, we can move her, or him. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. Wow, it's a huge white chest.
Did you get that, Frankie?
There you go. All right. So 325. 5, and it is... It's a girl. All right. I have never had somebody that had that much white on its chest before. So that is super cute. Oh, and it goes all the way up to her chin. There you go. So now we wait for the next ones. So 4 more to come. And we're gonna, if she doesn't have them within the hour, then we give her calcium. And then if we notice anything distressing or she's pushing and nothing's coming, those are like some more emergency signs to look for. Or if she doesn't have another one within 4 hours. So I am sure that they will all come before then. When Frankie is licking, it might look like she's licking pretty aggressively, but she's not. That's what they should be doing because it is like, it's like stimulating any kind of mucus or any type of mucus in the airway to just get clean and to get out, removed. So I helped with a little nasal aspirator to get anything that could get suctioned up, but now it's Frankie's job to make sure that she just cleans her and make sure that she's stimulated and active. And then once little lady starts nursing, that will help stimulate further contractions for the other puppies to come out. So it's kind of like this whole big cycle. It's really a beautiful thing. So she's having a lot of contractions for that second puppy, and the first puppy is doing great. She is nursing. When Frankie doesn't knock her off, Frankie intermittently will come cleaner. Oh, okay, there's some amniotic fluid. So we definitely know that one is coming. There we go. Oh, wow. This one has a huge white spot on her head too, or his head. All right, I've seen it breathe, but I haven't seen it move around yet. There we go. Now we're seeing some movement. All right, little puppy. All right, it's doing pretty good. So it's not as alert as I would want it to be. So we're just going to keep stimulating. So here is she. It's a boy. So we're just going to keep stimulating him until he is really active. All right, so I'm going to put him on the heating pad. That way he can just stay warm. The other thing I'm going to go grab Cara syrup. So what the Cara syrup is doing is giving it just some energy. So you just kind of put it on the inside of their mouth. And that way it can just help raise blood sugars up and work on just getting their body kind of going, getting it moving. So it's just waiting to see if it perks up. But right now he's stable, which is what we want. We want him to be breathing. He's breathing more consistently, which is good. Now we keep him warm. And then once he is breathing regularly, I'll move him over and see if we can get him to nurse. There we go. This one's making some sounds now. All right, and this one's already moving. I can see it. Yeah. Yeah, there's the head. Already active. This is amazing with these little white chest. And there's the placenta. And this one is definitely moving around, doing great. Hey, everybody. And it's a girl. That's so exciting. So 2 girls, 1 boy so far. So keeping him as close to her as possible is really important in my opinion because it stimulates Frankie to come take care of him. So when she was birthing the 3rd one, she kind of not forgot about him, but she left him alone over here. But it's a really good sign that she came back and she wants to take care of him. Because a lot of times if there's not a chance, the moms will just kind of disregard them and leave them and just take care of the other ones. So we're just leaving him on here. But some good things that I'm seeing is that he is breathing more, but he's still doing it kind of those shallow breaths like that. But he is doing it more frequently. So that's an improvement from when he was born. So we're back. We had number 4, and this one is so tiny. I mean, I think this must be the one that the X-ray was showing. Look at that size difference. But first let's just see if it's a boy or girl. It's a boy. He's doing good. I mean, he's breathing and moving around, but everybody else is doing good. We have the 2 girls. They are both nursing and doing really well. And then our little boy that I have on our heating pad, he's still making it. So, I mean, there's not really much change on him, except for I do see him breathing more consistently, and he was moving his paws around some. So I thought that was a really good sign. So we're just going to keep watching him. We're not trying to stimulate him much because we want him to conserve energy now. I've given him another dose of the Cara syrup,
and the Nutrimate, and we're just going to keep praying over him and watching him. So we had the last boy at 5:17, so she's been in labor for a little less than 2 hours and had 4 of them. So we have 1 more to go, and then that way we know that everybody has come out. All right, now the sack is all the way off, and we can start doing some stimulation. And we're already seeing him or her move around. Great sign. So she hasn't delivered the placenta yet, so that's why she hasn't moved him over to keep cleaning him. So she keeps cleaning herself until that placenta comes out, and then she'll cut the cord, and then we can move him and see what's going on. But he's definitely healthy. There we go. Look at that beautiful white chest. Really healthy baby. So it is such a huge relief that all 5 puppies are here. And now I know we are having a little bit of complications with this guy. We did not expect that at all. But the fact that we are not concerned anymore about Frankie and having to go get that postpartum x-ray to make sure that every puppy is out is just huge. It's such a huge relief for us because we just love our mom dogs so much, and we don't want anything to happen to them. So this is just a great thing that all 5 came. And we're just gonna keep working on this little guy and monitoring this little one's weight very often. And then we'll just have to see if we need to do any type of feeding supplementation or anything, or if he's just gonna grow proportionately and just be a little smaller. And then this guy, we're gonna keep warm and just keep watching him throughout the day and the rest of the evening. And hopefully he perks up enough so that way we can see if he will nurse. But right now he is responding to like physical touch. And he was moving his paws around a lot. And Frankie was being really attentive to him. Just licking him and still stimulating him, and that to me is a huge sign that there still is hope. So we always stay in here an extra hour to make sure that no other puppies are coming. So this is so exciting.
So check this out. On that x-ray, I forgot to point out that there was a really long spine at the top. We could not confirm that it was a puppy. The vet couldn't either because there was not a skull associated with that spine. But obviously we got our extra puppy. We got a bonus puppy, and he is so cute. That little white chest, and he is really big. He is perfect. It's been 1 hour since Frankie had her last puppy, and since then the little boy, he did pass away. All I can think about is the family that would have chosen him and his little apricot color and white chest. I mean, he was so beautiful, and we won't ever know why he didn't make it, but that is just one of the most challenging things for us as a breeder, is having to go through loss like that. But everybody else so far is doing really well. We have seen everybody nurse, even the littlest puppy. He's latched on right now, and we're going to keep checking on them throughout the night, and he's going to be having weight checks like very often. And we're just excited to watch Frankie's puppies grow up. This is Ripken's first litter as a sire, and so these are Bella's great grandbabies. And so we're just focusing on the really great aspects of this litter, and we're just going to always remember the one that didn't make it.